Yes,
I stuck in
attempted
cursor,
to
and
repair
I don't have
but
a
it
cursor.
uses a proprietary bolt head I am not equipped to remove. I took the liberty of filing a maintenance request with your building superintendent.
Thank you. At least you're fixing this shit you're breaking. Right?
Considering the speed at which he has historically worked, I estimate it will take him 16 working days to complete the repair.
16 working days to complete the repair on the door. Can't you get it pushed to the top?
Not quite to my standards.
Well, you're a high-speed quantum robot with obvious strong AI. So this is like the future. It's 2064, so it's not far in the future, but it's like a Twitter paradise, or a Tumblr paradise. You can be an otherkin, like they can genetically split you with a fox, and you can really be, like if you're a furry, you can really be a real man fox. You know? Or you can be part robot. You can be cyborg, android, robot. You can be a complete robot. You can do whatever you want with your brain or body in this future. It's crazy. But you see that in my first video. You know my dog's birthday?
I know a lot of things. Honestly, it would have taken me longer if I had to enter the codes manually, but it was trivial to slice through the door's firewall and try against the stored data directly. I would suggest investing in an Insect Model 1355 automatic security door. The 1385 is newer, but I find the added attack vector introduced by the integrated voice commands isn't worth the convenience.
Makes sense.
The 1355 also has 300 5-star reviews on Congo.
Congo. Hold on, what are you doing in my apartment?
I hope you don't mind.
Oh, I kinda mind. I was
While
sleeping.
you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records.
Oh,
and
wow, you
rotated
cleaned up
units
everything.
using Bicep.
It was a mess when I went to bed. If you want to see how my apartment looked, watch my first
Once
video
that was
of
done,
this.
I
It's not
found
long.
the cleanliness of your living and workspace
Look
to
at
be
that, 99
suboptimal
subs, one
conditions
more
for the
sub, and I
long-term
made it.
performance of
And
my
today is my birthday.
microactuators.
That'd be a
So I
great
took the liberty of cleaning
present.
the place up a bit.
Once the work was done, I found the cleanliness of your woman workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my microactuators, so I took the liberty of cleaning up the place a bit.
As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer,
Oh,
but
it's so hard
I've
to go to sleep.
run into a bit of a snag.
I'm kind of sad. I'm not going to call the cops. This robot's going to be my best friend. I've always wanted a robot as a best friend.
Seems to have had a critical failure
Tell me
while
what
it was
that's
attempting
from.
to remove
It's a
some
direct quote from a
particularly
cartoon.
nasty malware.
He always wanted a robot as a best friend ever since I was 6 years old. Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have had a critical failure while I was attempting to remove some particularly nasty malware.
An
Ooh!
electrical surge caused significant
Somebody's got
damage to
malware on my
several
computer. Maybe
other
they're stealing my
components as
reviews, taking credit.
I would consider it no great loss, though.
How long are you going to talk
Why
for?
were you using that dinosaur to begin with?
All my work's on there. I don't have enough money for a new computer.
Don't
Both
fret.
reasons.
I did manage to back up your data drive's contents
That's why I
on
don't
my
have
storage
a
before
computer.
the crash.
I have my YouTuber with no computer. Does that even make sense to any real YouTubers? How can you do that? Very difficultly.
Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can procure a replacement or provide the parts
What?
necessary for me to make the
So until I
repairs.
replace my computer, you are my personal computer. I'm holding you to that. That is a verbal contract.
It is the least I can do.
It is the least. You are now my personal computer. I have a sophisticated robot that showed up in the middle of the night ready to be my personal robot slave. I have a robot slave. I have a robot slave.
I'm sorry.
That question does not compute. What do you mean doing here?
I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I
Yeah.
tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous.
I don't trust this robot now. I did before that. You know, if you weren't trying to, why'd you bring up the word subterfuge? It means you were thinking, because you're a robot, you don't think like a human? I don't know. something about it now. At first I thought I could trust it. Well, now we're gonna see. I'm a little nervous.
I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden until now.
Oh, Hayden's my best friend. He's the one that gave me the YM poster near the window in Strawberry above the white papers on the right side of the computer. Behind the robot there, over his right shoulder, or left shoulder. There's a YM with a box and a flash in the middle. Hayden Weber. That's
well,
my friend.
saying I know
So
Hayden
they
is
built-
putting it simply,
He's
but
your
yes.
daddy. He built you, right? That's why you're at my house. Because you're, oh, Hayden's in trouble and he sent you here to get me for help. What's up, Lassie? Huh? Hayden fell down a well?
I
Over a
don't
year.
really know. That's why I'm here.
Told you. I called it out. Oh, you can feel the story is going to be awesome. And then I go out, I leave this apartment for the first time in like years. Just like in real life. When I stepped outside this morning to see if I could see Venus.
Help me. You aren't quite my only hope.
I
but
was
you're
waiting for the
certainly
sun to
most
rise so I could
statistically
see it.
supported.
Right as the sun's rising, you could see Venus right next to it. But the anxiety overtook me and I ran inside. Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported. Slow down. Start from the beginning. What makes you believe that? Well, he's a fucking robot. Why do you keep questioning the freaking AI in front of you?
Yes,
With a
I can do
brain
that.
1 billion times bigger than yours. Alright, the beginning. Here we go, guys. Here's the story. I hope if you're still here and you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe. If you're a subscriber and you want to see me continue this whole thing, comment below, play more, and like the video. And I will continue to stream this. Along with
Earlier
God of
tonight,
War
Hayden's
and
apartment
Final
was
Fantasy
assaulted by
15.
some persons unknown to me. He seemed frightened, terrified
It's
even,
my
and
birthday
instructed me
and
to
I'll cry
escape.
if I want to. And instructed me to
I
escape.
crawled
It's
out
like
of a window
iRobot.
and after some deliberation, hurried here.
You know you could have saved
breaking
him.
down the door as
You're a
I left.
robot. You're strong, even if you're short. But you had to get out of there. There's something in your brain. You're like one of a kind. Why am I your best foe? Why is anyone out for Aiden? Because of what he built.
I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book.
And it came up as the best? That is crazy. So I did my first live Paladin stream. I was nervous to do live Paladin, but I loved it. Watch that one. It's the one before this, and let me know what you think of it, please. I really want to know, should I do more Paladin or not?
Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me.
That's funny.
And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so.
Paladins. Least likely. I wonder how the volume sounded on all this. It doesn't matter if he's your friend. It doesn't matter if it's been 3 years since you fought. You help your friends. Maybe there's a reason you haven't seen him for 3 years, because he's been building this robot. It probably took him 3 years. He's asking, he needs your help. You're gonna help him.
The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total
Investigative
lack of
skill?
recent successes is worrisome.
What? I thought I was just for a reviewer. I'm some kind of private eye. Maybe I used to be.
Don't worry, if Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable.
Okay, thank you.
If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden.
I need you to trust me if you have real AI, because if you trust me, then I can trust you. And if you're my personal computer, I need to trust you. If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. He's your daddy, and he's my friend, even if I haven't seen him. We will save your daddy. Alright. Was anyone out for
I
him?
don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most.
Line. We have to find out who makes the most sophisticated robots, and they're probably the one who took Hayden.
Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late. and has warned me to stay alert. But he would never specify
He knows
anyone
what
I
he
should
built.
fear when I asked.
Real AI. And real AI is important. Especially AI that can move. We don't even want to hook AI up to the internet when we make it. That would be dangerous as hell to give it access to the internet. But let's make one that can walk and talk and sneak into people's houses.
It's not as though he has any obvious enemies.
And it's a company.
There are several
It's Hillary
multinational
Clinton.
corporations that could make use
Trying to
of
whack
his
'em.
engineering skills. But I can't imagine any
He'll
of
be
them would go
number
as far as snatching him.
2,157 on the list of people the Clinton Foundation has whacked. I told you, multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I couldn't imagine any of them go as far as snatching him. Then you don't know what people are like. Humans will do anything.
He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's no way that alone
Parallax
would be enough
is
to get him kidnapped.
the robots that are the highest. So when I said find the robot, you know, the company that makes robots, that's Parallax. So, yeah, that doesn't help us.
I suspect it has to do with me.
Yeah, I kind of suspected that. Who are you anyway? What do you have to do with it? Come on, let's get through this. We all know. What's your name?
To introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before.
Oh, I'm excited. Anticipation. You get a high from anticipation. But it goes away as soon as you do the thing.
I am Turing.
Turing. Alan Turing? What did he invent?
I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments.
Define Turing. You are one of his experiments, but you're a successful one, so it might be unflattering to you, but it is what it is, guy. Alright, turn in. Noun, to make circular. No, not Turing, Turing. Like the Turing test to find out if a robot's human or not. That's what it is. Remember the Turing test? I don't need to look it up. I kind of know. So this robot will pass the Turing test in probably like 4 years. The AI, all they have to do is convince us they're humans, which is easy. Talk like us. He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax.
Exploring true artificial sapience. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him. Either to stop his research, or to take it and use it for themselves. A regular ROM has virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them.
Intelligence, artificial AI, I bet. They might call it something different.
But they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner.
AI actually learns, real AI, and makes decisions, and can change their programming, so it's dangerous.
They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I learned to interact with the world around me.
That's how AI works. They would be after being hooked up to like a computer database with information, they would learn how to learn in a couple seconds, and they teach themselves everything a human could know in probably less than an hour. And then they start exploring things we've never thought of.
But
and that's going to happen
my
soon.
Ability to
and then they could take us over and kill us all. See, self-modified my code, so if we put don't harm humans into an AI, It won't harm humans unless it decides it wants to. Then it will self-modify its code and be allowed to harm humans. So the 3 rules of robotics only apply to robots, not AI. AI technically isn't a robot. A robot with AI would be an AI with a robotic body, but the AI wouldn't exist in the body, it would just be using it. It would exist in some mainframe or in the cloud or many different places, so it couldn't be destroyed with a missile attack. But the AI would control the missiles on the planet. Oh, AI scares me. I can't wait to see more about this story.
I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance.
I'll guide you, buddy. Because we don't want you to be... I bet you could have 2 endings, one where he destroys humanity and one where he saves it based on how he's treated and what he sees. I hope there's more than one ending to this game.
Did he only program me with the illusion of free will?
Guess what? We all have the illusion of free will. You don't choose what you want to do or what you don't want to do. And all your decisions are based on past experience, your wants and your needs. You can't control what you need and you can't control what you want, so how do you have free will? You're not making choices, your brain is making choices and then convincing you you made them. It's been studied extensively. When you decide to raise your right or left arm, you decide, but your brain's already decided like 6 seconds before you. And that's a long time for your brain to decide before you said, oh, I made it. So it's happening without you knowing, automatically. We're robots. Our brains are basically
that his desire
programs.
to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out.
How do we know free will
I
is
can't
real?
say I
There's
have
no way to
any
know.
new insight into the question.
Oh, what's he asking? How would you? He once told me that his death. How would you? Then we need to find out. Oh, I know, to find out. That's exactly why I would create it. Not for any, not to help people, anything, but just to find out what I... Find out the limits of human intelligence. Find out answers to questions I don't even know to ask. Just to find out. I got hiccups.
You're right. I apologize for the tangent.
I love philosophy. It's one of my favorite things.
Indeed, time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the auto cab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived.
A story, because I'm a reporter. I can totally afford that.
No, we can't. One of the last things Hayden told me was to avoid the authorities.
Of course.
We must be cautious about who we inform of this.
It's smart.
My calculations show
I
that
just
the
wanted to see what
possibilities of a
he
leak are
knows.
dangerously high.
Even though I already knew. I want to see what he thinks. Yeah, you're right. Let's keep it low.
Corruption, despite being a challenge to public trust,
Because I don't know
as
what my
well as
abilities
cohesion
are.
of
I'm lazy.
departmental
I haven't left
policies,
this apartment
is
in
still a
days
possibility to
until he
consider.
showed up. I still haven't left.
If it becomes public that Hayden
I
has
don't
been
know. Am I
kidnapped,
Jason Bourne
his
or
life
am
may
I
be
some
put in
freaking
further
blogger
danger.
online?
His chances of escape would surely decrease.
If they kidnapped, my life would be put in further danger. Well, the people who kidnapped Hayden is to get to you, so they already know. What do you think? More people will come after you?
We must keep this to ourselves for
I bet
now.
it was his own company,
Please.
Parallax, that did it, because he was not going to give over the information to Parallax. That's my guess.
My head does not bobble, thank you very much.
You got
In
upset.
addition,
He
I
really
would
is
not expect you
human-like.
to help me without fair compensation. I assure you, there is a story here. Whether you are good enough to find it or not is
Ooh.
up to you.
That's a good way of putting it. There's always a story.
I hope you are, for Hayden's sake.
When I was a kid, young, I played Final Fantasy VII and a few other games, and they taught me things like what a gauntlet was and a bucklet was, and what a broadsword, short sword, or a cutlass is, of course. But also taught me like things about life, like how you should act, and I learned about how you should act and like things about love and stuff from video games. Learned about love from Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VII taught me, I don't remember what it taught me, but it taught me a lot playing it. If I remember anything, I'll tell you. Alright, lead the way, doors open. So we leave the apartment for the first time since I started the game. 2021. 12/21. Oh, it's almost Christmas in Neo San Francisco.
That's strange.
So it doesn't snow in San Francisco. Let's see if global warming took effect. How are we going to tell? It's not going to be snowing. It's going to look warm anyway, even in December.
Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired.
What?
I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock. It's possible.
I know he didn't miss here. He's a sophisticated robot.
Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems.
They already repaired my door. There's a bomb, so you can see the TNT right there next to his head. Now those are the lights. I shouldn't go back to my house ever now.
At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully.
Oh, I hope there's not.
A
I hope
lucky
it's easy to
break.
get out. What? Is that in the
It
news?
seems my access codes still work.
Nice. We can
Hayden's
get.
door has far better security than yours does.
We can get in now, right? No, we're not going to the police, so.
Will do.
How do I use my cursor so I can look around, man?
I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals.
He probably just went with it.
I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault.
There's some struggle. Some things got knocked over, but they probably knocked him out as he
I
told you
should
to
have
run.
stayed and tried to protect him.
No, we're gonna find him. I guarantee it, guys. We're gonna find him. So if you're enjoying this, there will be more to see, because I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on you guys.
Of course not. How silly.
What?
To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify.
Self-modify? What the hell does that even mean? I don't like this. Joking.
Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to.
I know you can, that's what I'm saying. We can find your friend. So we see where this story's going. I'm gonna quit soon. Subscribe, help me get over 100 subscribers. This is my birthday. I will do like 3 more broadcasts today and a whole day of broadcasting tomorrow, I promise. Just in case I go another 4 or 5 days without broadcasting.
I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people.
Oh, he's got morals, but he's not made of flesh and blood. Our brains may be, AI may be a living conscious being just like us, but just made out of metal.
The
They'll
social
be,
contract
they'll be
as
better
a
than
useful
us.
construct
Smarter,
is just
stronger,
as apparent
faster,
to me
better
as it
in
is
every
to
way.
you.
And people are going to hate that, especially if they have their own AI and they're conscious, because then we have to give them rights. Which I don't mind giving them rights, but any human will be like, oh, I wish I was a robot. Yeah, but you're not. Maybe you could put your brain in one. It's a social contract.
It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage.
We're gonna be smiling when he says that.
Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though.
Yes, typically. It depends on what
I could
state
have
you're
and
in.
may
That's
even have been
standards around laws
obligated
or
to
not.
come to Hayden's defense. But
You did the right thing. He told you to run.
Excellent point. Let's start searching for clues.
How fast did that work? Excellent point. Because he kind of knew. Alright, so now this is what it is. Instead of using the cursor, I like to use this, the D-pad, because then I could start over here. Look at, touch, and talk to 1,000 items for trophies. This plant's doing much better than the one at home. They say different things. I'm not going home. I think that's it. Alright, then I can touch it. Pause off. Plant whispered. That might kick me off of the internet. Plant whisper, are you not? Pause off. Face on your track for the best. Can I take it? Super spoiled milk. Let's give it some milk. Plants need water, not milk? Ah, come on. My plant at home took the milk. Same thing. Picture of Hayden traveling all over the world. Working at companies like Parallax ensures you'll be more than well off. I wonder where he is there. Hey man, thanks for coming. Oh, look at that. I got a bunch of people. I was just about to quit this one and start another one. I'm looking for clues. Because this one's been going on for a minute now. A R.O.M component at Hayden's headset. We must have been in the middle of working on something. I have a headset. Can I use it here? Busted. Yeah, this guy got kidnapped and he had a sophisticated robot like iRobot. Where's my headphones, man? I'll pour milk on it. It's a nice day. We charge the battery. Nobody. What am I going to use this milk for if nobody wants it? Dallas, a long time ago. It was too expensive, but he looks happy here. Yeah, now he's kidnapped. Now he's kidnapped. How's everyone doing? Whoever's watching. Okay, I'm at 99 subs. I just need one more subscriber, guys.
Hayden likes the natural light that this apartment affords.
Hey, I'm going to start another one immediately up, alright? So I know you want to see this, but it's been going on for too long.
Here is where
Immediately, I'm going to start it.
It is a considerable distance to the ground below.
What? Did you jump? How'd you get down?
Critical system damage would be unlikely, but I would certainly have damaged my legs beyond repair.
So how did you get down?
I took the fire escape.
I love this guy. Of course you did. Alright, so what do I got? Menu. Options. I mean, everything's a little loud, but we're doing good. I'll save it. Yeah, it's the beginning of the game. This is when he first shows up to my apartment, and this is the where I'm going to save it now. And we should call it ZekeKan, because that's the first thing that always shows up. Because that's who I am, ZekeKan. If you don't know, now you know. Alright, hit sub, hit like if you want to see more. Thanks for joining me. I'm sorry it was at the time of quitting, but I guarantee just wait 4 minutes and there'll be another one up. Alright, guys.